Hey, Michael. Oh, it worked. I think, yeah. It's putting it up there different, though. It is putting it up there different. Hey, Rob, I hope you got the pipe thawed out today. All right, we're in business. I got a little something under the scope. I used to do some darts years ago. So I got a package in from Copper Owl today. It had, I don't think we really didn't find anything. We did find this really nice toned bicentennial, and then he sent me some walkers and stuff for my. Had a walker, 240%, and a dime, uh, and a Hold Kennedy. Hey, Patrick. Hold Kennedy from Copper Owl today, and then I got my hey, Stanhorn 21p walker for my album. I thought that was going to finish it, but it's not. I still need the 1919p to finish. But I mean, it's not a BU, but it's got pretty good detail. I'll put it under the scope when I take it out, put it in the album. Not many of those left in the 20s. So Pa has a stream tomorrow at 2. It's going to be the 1500 sub party and an 8-box hunt for Avard. And is it you Stan? You and Avard tomorrow? And he's also doing a ton of giveaways for the 1500. So if you're looking for something to do tomorrow around 2, haven't found anything else in the pennies, trying to finish those up. I get burnt, I get slodged down on pennies, especially when there's, not a whole lot of Wheaties or something coming. Okay, good deal. Good luck tomorrow to you and Avard. Hopefully it'll be a better 8-box hunt than it was the last one. Shelley found a cut error on a quarter today that was a good find. So LNW said he got his, yeah, that was a beautiful one. I do, Michael. I've got one going. I had just went through and updated it with some pennies that Jim Cantor sent me. I'm going to try to get these pennies done so that I can start my nickels tomorrow. I've still got another box of pennies, but I want to get back to some nickels. The last box was not the greatest, but I'm hoping this next one will be good. They've been finding a lot of things in Pa's boxes. Pa found 3 or 4 buffaloes the other day. Okay, thank you, Shelley. How are you? Hi, you see we. Welcome, welcome. Yeah, Stan, that was the other box that I I heard him talking about. So we're gonna find secrets. Top secret, yeah, that's us. I did get the command working somehow or another. It may have just started working. It may not have been anything I did, but they're listing a little different than they were before. Yes, Patrick, I was really working hard today to try to get things to work, and I had to get Streamlabs back modded to the stream, and so I unmodded everybody. So if you want to be a mod, let me know, and I will fix it. Yeah, I understand. That's all good. Good, Rob. Did I lose the stream or something? I couldn't
You want
type
anything
for
from
some reason.
Domino's?
From where?
Domino's?
What are you getting?
Just cheese and beef pizza.
I'll eat a piece of that. I'm sorry, William. I did run my virus check on everything today, and it didn't turn up anything on my end. Did find some 69 or 64 Ds. That's fine, Patrick. It's up to you, buddy. That had the mint mark all over the place. So I was kind of gung ho on that, but people were telling me that it's best not to have everybody be a mod. I don't know. Maybe I do just need to have a few dedicated people to do that and not go willy-nilly on it. I had to remove everybody today when I was trying to get the commands to work, because Streamlab had to be modded, and so I haven't went back and put everybody back at mod. So I'm not sure how to handle that, whether I should or whether I shouldn't. Thank you, Michael. Now I would hope, that if I'm on and we got some people on and nobody under the mods are able to make it, I'm sure you guys will stand in when needed. know, seaweed, I mean, it's a chemical. I'm not sure, you know, what the deal would be with trying to get it shipped to you. The 69 quarter. I've also got some change over here that I've accumulated off my dresser that I thought I would go through too if this becomes just unbearably boring. But I've got to get through these pennies. I think I've only found 2 wheat pennies in this whole box. I found those 64 D's with that mint mark just all over the place. I found one that the mint mark was almost touching the 9. And then another one that it was more like that one. And I guess they are hand putting those in, so at that time, so it can be everywhere from what I've heard. What is the error, William? Yeah, that would be cool. I think he found a half 2 or 3 streams ago that was on a quarter planchet. It was light, but it was not a light planchet. It was a half struck on a quarter planchet. That's funny, Rob. I offered to send Rob Fine's Treasure a 44S war nickel. He needed one to finish that set that he auctioned off, and he never really answered me. I wonder if I ought to email him. I don't think it's necessarily that he has to find it, although it may be. He may be wanting for it to be one that he's found. But I may send him an email. Because I had one tube that had about 5 or 6 war nickels in the bottom of it, and the first one I pulled was a 44S. Did you say barber quarter? It's a slick one. You wonder what that is. Just almost like somebody marked that on there, or something sat on it at some point and put a stain on it. I saw a headline on my news feed. I haven't looked at it yet for the quarter Shelley. Be exciting to see a new quarter come out, give us a new something to, I've yet, and being in Alabama, you would think that we would have the Tuskegee Airmen quarters, but in all my change, I have never gotten one yet. It's all Washington crossing to Delaware. Oh, the value is off by 7 on the 69p. Yeah, I knew what the theme was. Oh, I hope they get it fixed quick. That can be dangerous up there in y'all's neck of the woods. Do you still have heat? Do you still have heat and things that you need as far as that goes? Okay, Rob, thanks. I don't know. It just seemed like to me that would be the more predominant one you would find down here, but I guess it's not really, about area. I just thought that was odd. Heat is good. Yep. That's the main thing, seaweed. I went to my dad's house and helped him cover his spigot nozzles outside his house because it was getting down into the 20s here. I can't imagine how you take care of that kind of stuff when it's negative 20. Yeah, I guess you just have to prepare for it, don't you, Seaweed? Same way with you, Shelley. All of you northern clime peeps. I haven't started a quarter book. I've got a bunch of quarters that are just in flips, but I haven't started a quarter book yet. I got two Kennedy books coming tomorrow that I got off eBay really nice, and so I'm going to start an official album collection for my Kennedys. Let's take a minute and get this Walker in my album. So this is a 1921P, and I thought it was the last one. I don't know why I was thinking that. And I mean, it's not even in VG condition. It says VG. I don't know. It may be, but it's certainly not fine. It's probably very good. I would say VG. 1921. Still got some detail on it. Got a good edge. And I like the back too. The back really still had good edge on the coin, I thought. So we're going to put that in the album. That's the last of the 21s. So all I need, all I like is the 16S, and I think I've got one of them coming, and the 19P. 16S and 19P. Yes, I found a VG 16S that I got. That will be here Monday, hopefully. And then that will be a complete album. Tell you what, there's not really many even in here that I would really want to try to replace. You know, as far as the date goes and all, they're all very clear on the date. So I'm pretty happy with how this has turned out, actually. That 18D is probably the worst date one. The 18, the 17 on obverse. So maybe down the road, those would be ones to work on. Oh, and that 19S, definitely. Thank you, Seaweed. Let's go through this, some of this other change that I got, and see if we can find anything in it. The scratched up one. Yeah, it gets cold up there. I've been to Chicago one time. It was negative 15 degrees. Now that's an off-center strike, isn't it? That's really off-center for a dime. Hey, like that. Second coin out. Got an error on it. I don't know. You finding everything else, Shelley? I think I'm going to flip that. I was just thinking I haven't put many staples in that, and then it ran out. I'm sorry, Seaweed. That's not nice weather no matter where you're at. You just need to stay up long enough, Shelly, to be able to get through his member. There's another off-center dime. That must be more common than I realized on dimes. That's a 2021. Alright, now that must not be off-center. That just must be the way that is struck. That's 3 in a row I pulled out of there like that. That's 2019. Alright. Yeah, that's just the way they're made. Oh, I'm sorry. That's what you get for assuming sometimes. The die cut you've been finding, Shelly, are they on P's or D on the Washington quarters? P. That's what I guess we're getting down here. The couple that I've gotten were both P's. Yeah, and we're not far enough west to find them either. 98, that's an older one. Really? For any year, William? I haven't looked at dimes in so long, I wouldn't know what the errors were on them. Shelley and Daniel sent me a dime that had the, I think it's the proof back. They found a couple. Oh, nice, Patrick. Hey, B.H. Ringer. Are you getting froze to death up there too? Oh, teamwork. I like it. I like it. Oh, wow. I haven't seen that. I haven't looked at the news in a while today. Good deal, BH. I hope it stays on for you. Hope it stays on for you. I don't know where that came from. Comic-Con. You know, I think I found that in a coin star. How the darts going, Rob. Oh, I forgot I don't have to put the email up there. I managed to get it posted on the screen. Y'all can see that, right? Oh, wow. Okay, cool. Thank you. Oh, well, you came back a little bit. Hey, Treasure Hog. Emil, hey Emil, how are you? Welcome to the stream from Connecticut. Are you getting bad weather up there, Emil? I'm good. .22 degrees. That's like here. How's the wife doing, Treasure Hog? How far along is she now? "21 weeks. It will, brother. Just wait till it gets here. You want to talk about time flying? Mine's 20, 26, and 23. Yep. Tell him, Shelley. Tell him. You ain't seen nothing yet. I've got one seaweed somewhere. I'm not exactly sure where it's at. I did find one, and you know those are funny. The deeper you look at them with magnification, the more the T goes away. But if you looked at it under like a 5x little magnifying glass, you can see it. So it's not one of those where it's totally gone, but I think it did qualify, in my opinion anyway, for the In God We Rust, because I couldn't see it under the scope, but you can see it if you back off a little bit. I have no idea where that might be. idea where that could be. Yeah, no, I think it's just on that Kansas quarter. I had found one back when I was doing quarters a lot. Oh, you sent me one of those die clash quarters, Shelley. I just remembered that. I just found it. Yeah, I'm not sure what I did with that quarter. I'm sure it'll turn up one year. You know, it's not polite to ask a person's age, Treasure Hog, but I did think you were somewhat older than normally for a first child. But, you know, I reckon y'all, that is a good point. You're not all bound up in doing the 9 to 5. You'll be able to enjoy the time with them, because I sure missed a lot with mine, especially working shift work. hope and pray it all goes well. Please keep me posted. We didn't intentionally wait as long as we did. Our first son passed. It took us 5 or 6 years to have him, and then another 2 years after that. So I was in my 30s, I guess, before Hannah was born. Sorry about that. $1967. Too bad it's not a 40%er. Oh yeah, she will have y'all wrapped in no time. I'll be right back. I'm eating a piece of pizza. I didn't figure y'all wanted to watch that. He's on Grammy COVID lockdown. So Treasure Hall, have y'all gotten a house built on your new land? Are y'all working on that? Well, it is. It's up in the Habs. Seaweed. You know that goes to 1970. No, it was. Grammy doesn't have it. There's so many cases. Grammy put Pa on lockdown. Yeah, they're just having so many cases around them that. Yeah, it's everywhere. I mean, our schools are going back to remote learning and all kind of stuff. Stephanie said they were seeing like 50,000 cases a day. I don't know what she had said earlier. It was a ton. Nice. Great, Treasure Hall. We're going to be starting some major renovation work before long. We just found out my nephew had it, or has it. It's been a few days. Yeah, I've got to get me and Allison in to get our boosters. Me and my son got Pfizer. I think Allison got Moderna. And my doctor does Moderna, I believe. So that's probably what I'll get for the booster. Yeah, it doesn't seem to, I mean, it's still important to have the vaccination because it does affect the severity, I believe, but it doesn't seem to be slowing down much on the whether you're vaccinated or not. I think that Pa's biggest fear too is underlying medical conditions that just wouldn't be good for him to get it. Seaweed, get you some rest, stay warm. I hope they get your power back on before long. That it is, William. I just want to keep my head down for a couple more years and at least get retired long enough to enjoy it for a little bit. Oh, good deal, Seaweed. Glad to hear that. I'm trying to work long enough to maximize my benefits for insurance after I leave work. And as soon as I get that benefit there, it's probably at least two more years. I need to work till I'm 59 and a half until my insurance is where it needs to be. I never realized how bad off those dimes are struck. That just floored me when I pulled that one out earlier, but yeah, just about every one I picked up that way. So I took that one out of the flip and put it in the bucket. I tell you what, my kids seem to be doing okay. My son's works where I do. My daughter seems to have a good, stable little job that I hope stays that way. But I don't envy my brother and them that's paying for college and doing all that. I tell you, the way I feel sometimes, I don't think retirement's going to last long. So I want to enjoy what little bit, I had a good friend of mine. He was actually related to me. I didn't know it till we got to talking. But he, worked out there where I worked and worked in the same department and all the hours and the things that we had to work over there. And he had already had a heart attack when I met him. And then he had another one while we were working together, and shortly after that had to have a pacemaker put in. And they finally told him that he needed to retire and just take care of his health. And he wasn't retired 6 months before he kicked the bucket. I just don't want to be that guy. I mean, just don't want to be that guy. And if you got to cut corners or not do some of the stuff you want to do and still live a comfortable retirement, I can do that. Yeah, it's sad, Shelley. And then, the kicker of that is, though, if you retire and your health is kind of good and then you live too long, you run out of money anyway. So you're danged if you do and danged if you don't. When my mom passed, my stepfather was a smart man, and he had bought long-term care insurance for them many, many years ago that held through. And but my mom was less than 2 months from her benefits from that running out when she passed. And then I don't know what we would have done. She died about 3 years ago. She was 75 or 76. No, I haven't ever wondered that, William. Why are dimes so small, William? think I heard this factoid somewhere one time before, but refresh my memory. Alright, well that cleared out my junk drawer change. Back to my penny rolls now. Come on, William, you gonna leave me hanging? William, don't make me Google this. Okay, well that makes sense. Isn't that too, when they call it constitutional silver, is each of the denomination has to do with the silver dollar? A dime is a tenth of a silver dollar. A quarter is 25% of a silver dollar. All the constitutional silver denominations are based off the amount of silver that was in the silver dollar. Is that right? There's another large D. Shelley. Oh, I got a bad scratch on it though. And that's a copper. I really didn't know that. I heard it in one of the channels they were talking about it. I never really thought about it, to be honest. But then it kind of made perfect sense to me once it was explained that way. It really, well, I guess you still have to keep the denomination there for the way our money system is set up. I mean, because it's certainly not based on the amount of silver in the silver dollar anymore. Yeah, the penny's the oddball. The constitutional silver are based on that premises of the metal content equaling the dollar, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, so the war nickels fit into that same category, William? I've seen several pennies with this shadowing next to the column that, man, every time I see it, it throws me off wanting to think that it's doubled in some way, but it's really just a shadow of the dirt. From what I can tell, it's not in the metal. But I've seen that several times on that outside column. I wonder if we will ever get released from the penny and be able to turn all these pennies in for copper. Did you pick up some rows today, Shelley, when you left work? Could be, William. That will make the ones that people have more valuable, I guess. When I was looking for that no rust quarter, I found this 64p that is clean as whistle that I had put back. Can't get a good view on it under the scope in the flip. But that's a clean 64 right there. Oh, that's right. I forgot about that. Oh, yeah, I know they're talking about it. I don't know. I don't think I'll live to see it. I mean, because Canada got rid of the penny and they still have their other coins. It's not like they act the penny and then everything else left too. Although we may be further along now in the digital world. There's another 82D, large date. Is it a copper? Yep. I'm going to get all the zinc ones I can find, Shelley, and I'll send you the best of the lot. I couldn't work from home. I don't have enough motivation if I don't have it sitting there in front of me to do. I can barely work at home. Okay. Well, that'll be good days to be at home then. For sure. Is that machine doubling, William? Wow. Yeah, that would be kind of hard to remote learn. You think so, William? Let me look it up in my book. This is 77D, but it certainly has doubling to the left on United and on Cent. I don't have anything in my book on the DDO. Let me look on Wexler's, on the DDR, I mean. Wow. Man, that'd be tough. There's nothing listed anywhere for the 77th, William. Variety Vista doesn't have anything listed either. Not mean it's not possible for it to be there. Yeah, that's even worse. One thing I like about the job I have right now is I work by myself. I have somebody that relieves me to go to break, but aside from that, I don't have to interact a lot, which in these days is a good thing. In other areas, you work side by side with different people all day long. Yeah, didn't get all of them, just some of them. So I put it in a flip and labeled it just as a possible. You would think Variety Vista might have something on it. I didn't find anything there. I'll do some more research on it later. I'm looking forward to pause stream. I don't know. I like being in these other. I like being in Southern Middle. It's kind of fun, but there's just something about being on pause stream that's relaxing to me. Makes it kind of fulfills my week. That's pretty cool that you're in a league for darts. I think I could do it. Well, my eyesight ain't what it used to be. We had a dartboard in my home as a child, if I remember correctly. Y'all should get that that silver round tomorrow, Rob, if you haven't already received it. I can understand that. Well, I used to lose a lot at fishing, but I won every now and then. Okay. I think it's supposed to be there tomorrow. I sent Nicole a tracking number for it, Rob, if it doesn't show up. And it's funny because I sent Shelly a package, Stephanie a package, Seaweed, of course, his has not gotten there. Pa a package, and I sent one to LNW who lives in Washington State. And of all of the packages, he's already gotten his, and it had to travel twice the distance of any of the others. And that's happened twice. I've sent him things before in a bulk shipment with my other stuff, and his, for whatever reason, his area, man, it goes out there. It's usually always a day or two, if not two, in advance of what the other stuff I ship that doesn't have to travel half the distance. Crazy. My son made his first day back to work today. We both got 3 days bereavement for my mother-in-law's death. And I got Friday off too, so I'll go back Monday. That would be fun too. There's a 45. That'll be the 4th wheat cent that we found. That's the oldest wheat cent also that we found. Yeah, but he lives in Washington State, Rob. I mean, it had to go right by you. You'd think they could throw it out the window as they came by. I wish we can get one more good find tonight. 45, not a bad. It's not in the greatest of shape, but still a find. I like to look at pennies, but pennies are a dog if you're not finding a wheat penny every now and then. Oh, a 73S. That's different. '73S. This is true. Not a, and you know, I used to remember that getting a post office job was like supposed to be a great thing and hard to get, and just about had to be a veteran to get a job with them, and now they got help wanted signs all over the place. Well, I used to get stuff from Pa, and in literally 3 days it would be here. And that whole route has seemed to slow down in the last few months since all of that happened, children. He used to mail on Monday or Tuesday, and I would have it by Thursday a lot of times. I'm going to do 2 more rows after this, I think, and call it a night. I know everybody's been up with work this morning and ready to get in bed Friday night. And I am ready for that too. And I have not done a whole lot today. I sent that package to Seaweed. It cost $14 or so. Priority mail everywhere else is about $4.50. I don't know what it costs to ship stuff like that for FedEx. I haven't ever tried. Yeah, I agree, Rob. It's like I went to Hobby Lobby. Allison had not been out in forever. And so we talked her into going shopping. And man, we went out that day. Golly, I don't remember how much money we spent, but she got craft stuff for years. And we went to Hobby Lobby. And we came to the checkout. And believe it or not, they don't have scanners. They have to punch in everything. And Allison had all kind of little decorating, little stems, you know, that had to be separated and counted each one of them. And the lady got finished and she hit the tally button, and it was $1,900 or something like that. I said, lady, there ain't no way I spent $1,900 in no Hobby Lobby. She said, no, something was wrong. But they had to go back through and punch all of that in again and do it again. That was so funny. I felt sorry for the little old lady. But I can understand with the amount of business they do that they don't have scanners so that they can just scan that stuff in. They got to hand put everything in there. Oh yeah, she put a hurting on that bad boy. It was worth every penny though. She had so much fun that day. I pushed that wheelchair from here to Birmingham. Good night, Emil. Thanks for coming by, buddy. We'll see you at Pa's tomorrow. I always try to get my high email in before you get me. William, that's cheating. We're going to do 2 more rows. That'll leave me 10 rows in this box to finish before I start the nickels tomorrow. So hang with me for 2 more rows. It's 10:06. We'll hang it up after 2 more rows. And maybe our nickels will be a little more exciting. It was more than 190, I will say that. With the crafting she does, with these the crochets that she does, and the gnomes and the things that she uses to articulate those, it is, you know, any little thing you can see that might not be, you know, it might be something totally unrelated, but you can use a piece of that to make part of the gnome with. So, you know, we just look for gnome stuff. That can add up. Well, that's not too bad. I mean, if you had something that you wanted to better ensure that it was going to get where you want it, I'd pay $10. It would be worth it for that peace of mind. Hey, William, I mailed Pa yesterday, and I find it interesting, William, that the 1974 DDO, the FS101, the highest grade it has on PCGS is a MS66. And I found one in a mint set that had never, the mint set was still sealed from the mint, that had the DDO. So I'm really hoping that that thing will do good at PCGS. Treasure Hog's gonna send it for me. But if that circulated one that we found on Polystream that night, now it went to NGC, so I'm not real sure how much different, the grading criteria is between one and the other. But, I am really hoping for a good grade from that in the top population for that coin on PCGS. She did. She loved the scarf. She boo-hooed when she opened it. But now when I go to Walmart or something, I look for gnome stuff. I'll look for something, that looks like a gnome, and I'll buy it, take it home. I hate it when those D's are damaged like that. You can't tell if they're repunched. That looked like it was just damaged on the end. I saw original ATOG did a video that had a 64D. I think she saw it. I didn't show it to her. She might have seen it on Discord. I think she was kind of involved in that conversation when that was on there. She's just happy we're going to be some football back on tomorrow. She was getting desperate tonight. I left her in there earlier watching figure skating. Although she used to love to watch that. Uh-oh. That's got to be another doubled, right? I mean, not doubled, but just damaged on one side. I mean, I really thought that was going to be something there for a second. But that just been mashed. Yeah, I agree with that, William. But it still surprises me that there's not been a better FS 101 74D DDO found in an MS 66. So I'm excited for what this one could do. I hope so. There's not a lot of value in them until they hit that last, but it goes from a MS 65 to 66. There's $1,000 difference in that coin if it gets that designation. I know it's a FS 101, but if it was to get that that MS 66, or goodness, I don't know what would happen if it got a 67. There's another 82D. I think it's a copper too, though. Yep, I haven't found many more zinc large date 82s. Alright, we're on the last row. I'm fixing to open the last row. We're going to call it a night. I don't know about that, Shelley. But it will be the star of my collection that is a verified, you know, certain quality coin. It will be the star. Allison has laughed at me so many times when I would tell her, oh yeah, babe, I found this penny and or this nickel or this dime or this $50 or whatever, and it could be worth. She's like, yeah. And she's right most of the time. But this could be big. I mean, you know, not retirement money, but of course, you know, big to me would be $200. If it was worth $200, I would get the money I spent for it back. And I would be happy with that. And just to have a top designation would be cool. All right, home stretch. William, if I could sell that, retire, and spend my retirement collecting coins again, heck yeah, I'd sell it. If I had the $650,000 collection and I was eating pork and beans, then it wouldn't be worth having it. But if I could retire and start collecting again, that would be, I would sell it. Well, me neither. If I could get that designation on that coin, I would be very happy to let that be the pinnacle of my little collection. I mean, because my walkers are not, I mean, they are not of very, very high quality. I'm happy to fill those holes without spending thousands of dollars for a coin. The 1912 V nickel that I put in is one that Baseman found one like that was graded, and there's no telling how much he paid for that. And then he showed me a what was it? It was a 21p, I believe, Walker MS63 that was on that auction site for $20,000. I told him I couldn't pay that much because I'd have to bust it out of that plastic flip, put it in my album. Told him I wouldn't pay a dime over $15,000 for it. gals and girls, that's it. 10:25. Got 9 rows left. No, 10 rows left. Had one fall over. I'll try to get them knocked out in the morning before we start the nickels. But I'm gonna call it a night. Thank y'all for riding out the last little bit with me. I appreciate it. It was fun. We did find the Otis wheat penny was a 1945, so we still got a few rows to try to top that. We'll start nickels tomorrow. So y'all get some sleep and look for me in the morning sometime. Once I get up and get things in place, I'll fire it back up and we'll look at some nickels tomorrow. William, Shelley, thank y'all for hanging in there with me. There's 7 others that are in the background. Rob, you probably already gone to bed. I know you had to been tired. But thank you guys again for hanging with me, and we will see y'all in the morning.